Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Bienvenidos una vez más aquí a su canal. Y bueno, pues continuando con esta efervescencia que nos han dejado precisamente la entrega de los Grammys, apenas a inicios de esta semana, el domingo pasado, pues bueno, me he dado a la tarea de buscar y presentarles a ustedes esas ocasiones en que el nombre de The Beatles también ha estado presente en los Grammys. Y bueno, en las ocasiones en que se ha llevado premios, reconocimientos, etcétera, etcétera. Y quiero empezar precisamente este video con esos reconocimientos a la trayectoria que ha recibido Paul McCartney y que han sido dos reconocimientos de lo que es la Academia del Grammy o el premio Grammy, precisamente uno en 1990 y otro en el 2014. Curiosamente, el de 1990 fue el primero que recibió y fue como solista. Y bueno, quiero que recordemos porque ese premio precisamente lo recibe de manos de Meryl Streep. Y bueno, pues ¿qué les parece si recordamos y vemos ese video de cómo fue esa entrega de ese reconocimiento que se le dio a Paul McCartney en los premios Grammy en aquel lejano 1990?
Change for those of us who wanted to believe that it could go on forever. And the sudden, numbing death of John Lennon signaled the end of even the dream that the past could somehow be revived. For Paul, life after the Beatles became a challenge to the resilient, positive spirit he seems to have always had. He made a headlong charge into new media, playing new music before a new audience, converting new listeners.
I decided early on that I wanted to carry on being a singer, working with a band, and I had no band. To emulate the songwriters that we loved. I mean, I was out to become like another Cole Porter. Still am, babe.
That's what a father said to his young son.
It's sort of this moment, this now, if you could just appreciate it all the time. And now is never very important to most people. It's really all you've got.
Long as you and I are here, put it there. And in the end, the love you take.
The extraordinary gift of being able to pluck out of the air, from out of one's soul, music that we've never heard before, but which is instantly familiar and immediately unforgettable. Songs that stir something in us, anthems of the spirit. This is Paul McCartney's special gift, and it's a gift he bears so simply, so naturally, and with such grace. It's as if the songs are coming through him from some magic place, through him and to us, and we're all brought closer together by raising our voices and singing along. It's as if we're sitting around the stereo like some futuristic campfire and being warmed by his voice, his music, his particular joy. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul McCartney. I'm supposed to read this to you, dear. The trustees of the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences present the Lifetime Achievement Award to Paul McCartney, who, as a member of the Beatles, had an impact not only on rock and roll, but on Western culture, and who, as a solo performer and songwriter, continues to astonish after 3 decades.
Oh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now stop that, check out this part, I'm warning. Hold on. Now seriously, folks. Thank you, Meryl. Okay, I'm not nervous, right? Let's get that out of the way. Thank you, Meryl. I remember you well. Row 116. I remember her. She looked great, even then. Okay, speech time. Reaches in pocket for a little yellow slap of... Okay, guys. I'm going to do it, don't worry. Okay. When I was but a child in Liverpool, I was listening to the radio, and this record came on. It's called What Did I Say? And it was by a guy called Ray Charles. And I was this big, and the tingles went right up and down my spine, and right there I knew what I wanted to do in life. A little later, there was this guy called Little Stevie Wonder who had a record called Fingertips. Had the same effect on me. So, if you'd have told me that all this time later they were going to be here, tonight, singing, something I'd written, well, I wouldn't have believed you. I mean, that's all there is to it. A little later on, I joined the best band in the world. And I got to take this opportunity, now that I got this award here, to thank John, George, and Ringo for being beautiful people. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to just take 1 second, because the other thing, if you'd have told me, when I reached this age, if you'd have told me that there'd be a hole in the sky, if you told me that the rain would have acid in it, and if you told me that there'd be pollution in the seas and on the land, that's something else I wouldn't have believed. But you know what? I've got faith we're going to clean it up. Because if you'd have told me that the Berlin Wall had come down and Mr. Mandela would be free, I wouldn't have believed that either. But I believe it now. Right? Right? Woo! If you told me I'd still be rocking after all these years, I wouldn't have believed that either. Okay. So, I say this whole thing for me has been like a bit of a dream anyway, my whole career to this date, my whole life to this date, in fact. But I'd like to just thank Linda and my kids for being incredible support to me. I love them. I'd like to thank my mum and dad, without whom I'd like to thank you all for being in my dream.
Y bueno, un año después, 1991, exactamente un año después de que Paul McCartney recibiera su reconocimiento, le corresponde a John Lennon ser reconocido por los Grammy, también por su trayectoria. Y bueno, Richard Gere, el famoso actor, sería el encargado de hacer el anuncio y la presentación de este reconocimiento a John Lennon. Y obviamente su viuda, Yoko Ono, sería la encargada de pasar a recibir dicho reconocimiento y también a dar algunas palabras. Así es de que, ¿qué les parece si vemos este momento de aquel año 1991?
For redefining the subject matter and musical content of popular music, and for his extraordinary ability as musician, singer, songwriter, philosopher, communicator, and activist for peace, love, and understanding, and might I say, total nonviolence. The National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences recognizes the genius of John Lennon with its Lifetime Achievement Award.
I would like to thank the Academy for honoring John with this award. John would have been especially pleased to be acknowledged by the industry he had helped to expand. I would like us to take this opportunity and pray for the safety and health of this beautiful planet. John Lennon would have liked that. Thank you.
Y no podemos olvidar que en el año 2014, hace exactamente 11 años, también los Beatles eran merecedores a un reconocimiento por su trayectoria, precisamente dentro del marco de esta celebración de los 50 años de la llegada de los Beatles a los Estados Unidos. Entonces fue una celebración completa, se les rindió un tributo, se les hizo un homenaje, hubo un especial para ellos, se presentaron Ringo y Paul, actuaron ante la gente. La verdad es que fue una noche fabulosa, fueron 2 noches fabulosas porque al final fue la entrega del premio Grammy y también pues fue este especial que todos lo vimos, todos lo conocemos como la noche que cambió América. Y bueno, pues vamos a ver un pequeño resumen de esos momentos que Paul McCartney precisamente compartió en sus redes sociales.
There were rules you never told me, never came up with a plan. All the stories that you told me didn't help me understand. But I had to get it worked out, had nobody who could help. So that in the end it turned out that I had to do it by myself. Life's a game, rags and riches, dogs and bitches, hunt for fame. A difficult
5 Grammys. Unbelievable, you know. And the theory is that if you come, you're not going to get one. If you stay away, they ring you up and say, "You got a Grammy?" You go, "Yeah." So that was the theory. But tonight's been proved wrong.
And the Grammy goes to Dave Grohl, Paul McCartney.
Just kept coming, like Skittles, just knocking down. So there we are. I mean, it's really great and such amazing competition. But hey, we done do it. We happy. Five. Okay.
Play the game, take your chances. Every dance is much the same. It doesn't matter which you then choose. Circumstances, if romance is sad.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Paul McCartney with a little help from his friend Ringo Starr.
Who's got the ball? I haven't got it. It isn't in my pocket. You cheese spells out. That's out. Without a shadow of a doubt. 'Cause you've been putting it about. Hear the people shout. Hear the people shout. Hear the people shout.
Para el año 2015, un año después precisamente de que The Beatles recibe el reconocimiento precisamente a la carrera artística, a la trayectoria, pues le corresponde a George Harrison ser quien tenga el honor de recibir este premio, este reconocimiento, y es Neil Portnow, el CEO o el presidente de la academia, quien se encarga de hacer este anuncio, y precisamente es Danny Harrison, el hijo de George, quien pasa, recibe este premio, este reconocimiento, y quien da algunas palabras. Así es de que, pues bueno, también vamos a ver y a revivir este gran momento en el cual este era el tercer Beatle en solitario que recibía el premio a la carrera artística. Recordando que este premio no tiene nominados, se entrega simplemente por su carrera.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing George Harrison, please welcome his son, Danny Harrison.
He was one of the most extraordinarily complicated and intense people that you could ever meet, and yet he was one of the most perfectly simple and innocent people that you could ever meet. On behalf of him and my family, I'd love to thank the Academy for this deep, deep honor. What a year as well for him to be honored amongst so many.
Y bueno, es así como concluimos este video en el cual pues recordamos esos momentos en los que Paul McCartney pues fue reconocido por los Grammys, tanto con The Beatles como solista. Déjame tú en los comentarios qué te pareció este video. ¿Viste? ¿Te tocó ver alguno de estos momentos? El de 1990, ¿te tocó ver hace 11 años ese reconocimiento que les dieron a los Beatles? Sería interesante conocer pues tus comentarios, tu punto de vista. Yo me despido por esta ocasión, como siempre mandándoles un fuerte abrazo, deseándoles éxito en todo lo que hagan. Cuídense mucho y nos vemos en el siguiente video. Hasta la próxima.